Thank God it's Friday. Yes. The weekends are here. Today is the 25th day in the month of April 2025. I'm excited. I'm happy because it's Friday. To all my Muslim friends, families, Barika Juma to you. Oh, I got that. You see, I've been practicing for so long. Welcome to Family and Values on Galaxy Television. We are streaming live on Facebook, on our YouTube page. Download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can watch us on the go. A very big shout out to all our Star Times family. I'm sure you're wondering why I came out dressed like this. I just wanted to represent the Northerners, but don't worry, it's not complete. Next time I'll come in full regalia with my, everything to cover my face, just to say we love you as you celebrate our Barika Juma. We appreciate you. Family and Values is a show that runs Monday to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Just like on your screen this beautiful morning, to make your Friday a very relaxing one, enjoyable and educative at the end. At the end of the show, you're able to take something home and share with friends and family. That is what family is all about: togetherness, love, one bond. Whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, a traditionalist, family knows no bound. Family knows no boundary. That is what we are, and that's what we represent. Okay, if this is the first time you're seeing this pretty face, I am Princess Joy Jamila. Now I had to include that Islamic name because somebody gave me that beautiful Islamic name, Jamila Ayo Abu. My heritage, my name, my heritage. Don't worry, relax yourself. The show today promises to be one you don't want to miss. It cuts across everyone. You can help somebody by sharing. Please share. You never can tell who you're saving as you share today's conversation. Welcome to the show, but I'm not seated here alone. Well, when you come looking like this, it shows that we say we love you, we appreciate you. So if you're an Islamic person, a Muslim person out there, please come, let's have this conversation. Your sister Jamila is here on the show, but I have my pretty person, my pretty partner here with me, looking all suited. Good morning to you.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, I'm good. I told you yesterday I was going to put on the jalami, and I was just that it's not complete. I wanted to tie it.
Or you are scared of tying it?
I'm not really. I don't.
So that you not miss it.
So that I will not miss it. There's how they tie it and then they fling it like this, and it's always very beautiful until I learn that tying style.
That Abu will now make a lot of
yes, a lot of people say, are you from the north? So today I said, let me appreciate my northern people. Yeah.
Okay, it's time for you to acknowledge it's good for us to acknowledge every one of our victories, no matter how small, no matter how big, no matter how late you think it has come to you. It's very good. It's very important. It goes a long way because someone made that victory come your way. You might have been struggling, trying to make things work out well, but acknowledge the fact that finally, I finally got this. One of the victories of things you need to celebrate or to acknowledge and give thanks is the grace of sleeping and waking up. Imagine you went to bed and you didn't wake up this morning. Imagine someone dear to you go to bed and never woke up. How would you feel? See why we need to acknowledge our victories. You have victory over the power of sleeping and waking up. Yeah, you may think, what's the essence? Just like what we'll be discussing later today. What's the essence of living? There is still reason. Only like 15 my Yoruba into. So if you are still alive, it simply means that God still has something, your creator still have something prepared, a readiness coming your way. So I want to welcome you to another beautiful episode of Family and Values. Just like Joy said, Barika Juma to our Muslim brothers and sisters. My family, I greet you and I love you. I love you. So to all our lovers, all our fans out there, we appreciate God's grace over your life. And we'll continue to have reason to give thanks to you because you are there, we're here. And we are happy that you always find time to join us. Comments, reach out. It goes a long way. My name is Olori Adejoke David. My friends call me Olori AJ. It's another day. Thank God it's Friday. And someone is really excited.
I'm very excited. Very.
all over her. So when we finish here, we'll take her to the Central Mosque here in Alausa. We'll make her go through the application, do everything.
It's
Just
something I've
watch
done
out.
before.
I will send it to you.
It's something I've done before.
It's also time for our viewers to always join our social media platforms.
Yes.
Galaxy. Just type Galaxy. Sometimes when you type Galaxy, bring out the Galaxy.
Yeah, just type Galaxy.
So you see Galaxy.tv on Instagram, television on Instagram, and also on Facebook, Galaxy Television. Okay, go type in full. Don't say TV. Don't just say T and V. Just type it in full. And also on YouTube, you will always have access to us, and all our episodes. The same thing goes to our own personal platform. Me, I am Olori Alajoke. She, official Joy
Abu.
So you can always reach out to us. We love you. We appreciate God's grace over your life. So start doing needful. And also watch out for 99.1.
Yeah, something is coming.
I want you to start logging into that FM frequency. You need to. When you go there, something is waiting for you.
It's a big package. Surprise. Yeah, big surprise. Do we have birthday shout outs this morning?
Otumba's son, Akorede, is having a year today. Our cameraman. Happy birthday to you. Also to Abiodun Bolajoko, Good News Center celebrates you. Family and Valley celebrates you. The same thing goes to a darling brother, Lukman Babatunde Mudashiro. Sovio Lukman Babatunde Mudashiro. Happy birthday to you from Pillow Whispers, from Family and Values. We love you. We appreciate God's grace over your life. Keep doing what you know how to do because you are doing greatly. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating today. Many anniversaries. Happy many more fulfilling years.
How many more fulfilling years? And to Mr. Jude, the owner of the Jude clan, the descendants of Jude clan, the father to my mentor. Happy birthday to you. Today is his birthday. Wow. I celebrate you and I celebrate God's grace upon your life. You will continue to grow old and see your great grandchildren. To everyone that is celebrating, we love you, we appreciate you, we are wishing you the very best, and the ones that will still do weddings tomorrow, happy married life. Enjoy your new home. On that note, let's go on our menu feature. And when we return, today's conversation, like I said yesterday, is a very sensitive, but it's something we need to discuss. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Joining us, you've not missed anything because that was our menu feature, just to give you an idea of what we'll be discussing this morning. And today's topic is overcoming suicidal thoughts. It's no news that a lot of young people have taken their lives due to suicidal thoughts. Some have taken drugs, some have jumped. We've seen people attempting to dive into the river just to kill themselves. They've gotten to that point of life where I can no longer take it. But today we are here to talk about how to overcome suicidal thoughts, especially with the high rates in the younger ones, the younger generation. I don't know why if somebody would just sit down and feel like I want to just take my life, and well, I wouldn't say I've been on that shoe, but I understand where it comes from. There's a spiritual aspect of everything which we can never take out of it. But this morning we have a very young person to let us understand why younger one. Now the concern is based on the younger generation. It's not even, it's the younger generation. I can understand for someone who maybe have lived 50, life is frustrating. But you that you're just starting life, they're just picking up your pieces. What is that one thing that will make you get to that point in life that you say, I'm done, I want to take my life? But this morning, let's see how we can help you overcome those thoughts. I know a lot of people right now are thinking, let's talk, let's have you here so that we can overcome those thoughts together. And this morning we have a very young man handsomely in our midst. He is Testimony Oluwatosin. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
This is how you start calm. Then when we start conversation, you now start exploring. Somebody will see you and think you're very calm like
very
this.
Calm, honestly.
You're very calm. Your face looks calm.
Not him, Albi.
You're welcome. It's good
Welcome to
you
the
again.
show. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you. Now, before we start, something caught my attention last week. A young guy was in 100 year in the university, and because his girlfriend, who apparently is in the same university with him, 100 years, cheated allegedly. it was because I wasn't there. I only alleged that he caught the girlfriend with a man, and that broke his heart, and he committed suicide. And the first thing that got to my mind was, you caught your girlfriend, not even just girlfriend, with a man, and then you decided that the best option was to go take your own life. The girl is still alive, she'll continue her life, the man is still there, so that thing got me worried. And then I did the research and discovered that yes, there's a high rate of suicide among young ones. So what is bringing all those thoughts? Now, what is suicidal thought itself? How does it even start from? What is it all about? And how can one quickly get out of it?
Thank you. So first, I believe that this is one of the most important topics we can discuss in this season, where mental battle is increasing day by day, and people are silently crying for help. I mean, something that they cannot say out, but truly there is a battle within that most young people are facing. And suicidal thoughts naturally is not a battle for the weak. When we talk about suicidal thoughts, many people who are strong are still, when they get tired of being strong, they can begin to have all of these thoughts. Because the strongest of all men is still a man. Yeah, that is just one thing we should know. So suicidal thought is more like an intrusive thought within a man that makes you realize or makes you see from the standpoint that life is over for you, things can never get better for you, or the world is better off without you. So you just feel you feel like you are done with this life. And all of these things are most of the things that many young men, many young people in our society now are battling with. And because most people do not have who to talk to, this thing is really affecting them. Because this thing is a silent killer. I mean, most people who are affected with this syndrome, they don't really have to show it facially that they are battling with these things, but it's a battle from within. And I feel that some of the things that causes this suicidal thought, because of our time, I can just just break it down. I can say one of them is emotional issues. People, depression, just like the way you mentioned that rejection or when you catch your girlfriend, your partner cheating on you, it can lead people into depression. And this depression can cause them to start having all of these thoughts. Yeah, anxiety. Most people are scared of the unknown. They don't know what the future holds for them. So because of this, they can result into to having end of thoughts. And I would also mention the fact that life issues can bring about all of these thoughts. People can be molested. People can be brutally bullied. Some people, when they go through losses, maybe loss of property, loss of friends, loss of loved ones, or loss of money, many people are into debt. Yeah. So some of these things can lead to people having this kind of thought that there is nothing else in this life for them to. And of course, you may mention the other time that spiritual attack can also be a cause. It's a very silent one that people don't talk about, but this thing is real. Most people
that people don't talk about it, or people don't want to acknowledge it.
Right.
Because there's a difference between talking about it, accepting it, believing it's there, and not, acknowledging it. So I want to believe many don't.
Yes, that's true. Because based on what I do, by the grace of God, I've counseled some young men and some persons. For example, a young girl, 14 years, trying to tell me that at times when a trailer is going and I just meet myself, I just feel like jumping in front of the truck. So the truck and just crashing. And these thoughts just come often and often. It's consistent. And when we now later go deeper, we see that most of these things are caused by spiritual attack. Many are being oppressed with the spirit of death, and they just keep having some of these. So these are some of the things that can really cause suicidal thoughts.
I wanted to ask for the triggers of suicidal thoughts, but you have mentioned people who have fallen into scam, people who have been, people just decide to take all their money from their account, and they're like, I'm borrowing some of this money, I have my own pay, and it happens.
Yeah, right.
But now I want to ask, how can suicidal thoughts be, differentiated from a mental case? Um, can we put them together and say because this person can suicidal thought lead, can mental state lead to suicidal thoughts? Let me put it that way, so that I will not be putting too much
Yes. In my opinion, yes. If not properly managed,
Mm.
it can lead to suicidal thoughts. Because every action that a man takes are things that structurally germinate from the mind. All right. So the mind is the powerhouse of the whole body. And everything a man does is as a result of who he is within him. So if mental situations, mental state, if not properly managed, it can lead a man to start having all this suicidal thought. So yes, it can actually lead to.
Mental states can actually lead to. Now, how can we I want to take you from the spiritual aspect because I've been there. Trust me. Yes, there are certain things better spoken from a place of experience.
Right.
I've attempted it 3 times. In fact, when you've prepared yourself, like, I want to go. And you look like, just like you said, it's not by the facial expression. There was a story we read online. The man went for a party. He was so happy. It was a very happy party. They didn't know that happiness was being made it. The man was committing suicide that night. And then everybody, we saw him very happy. He was happy. He was jumping. He was this, he was that. I remember back then, I wasn't driving along Third Mainland Bridge for a very long time because if I'm driving, it's like the water is calling me. The water is like, come and jump inside, So it's there. How can we fight it spiritually? And I'm not talking of, say, go for deliverance, or how can you overcome the thought of the mind? Because I feel like once you overcome that thought of the mind, there is nothing that will hit you.
Yes.
Of recent, there was a huge scam on the internet that we all know. And one of the reports said somebody lost a life. These things can come by results of shock. You just like Olori said, I borrowed people's money. How do I pay back? The best is let them not even know that I'm alive. When I'm gone, nobody will ask for their money again. So how can you overcome that thought from inside before we even start talking of the spiritual help? You as an individual, how do you fight that battle inside?
As a young man. I'm not saying you're a pastor, but let's bring that pastor, angle to side.
Yes.
Because everyone is not in that spiritual
Yes.
and knowledge, like I said. So let's talk about the flesh itself. The ordinary man itself that doesn't have any recognition or any contact or any relationship with his maker, just leave and wake up.
There are people like that.
So, as a young person, what, according to what she has asked?
Okay. So, first, let me say that for most people listening to me, they need to understand that suicidal thought is one of the inner battle that makes you think that suicide is a permanent solution for a temporary circumstance or situation that you are going through. Yes. So, and one of the ways you can overcome as a less spiritual person, let me put it that way. One of the ways you can overcome this is you need to have, should I say, bringing it from a standpoint of verbal communication. You need to have people that you can talk to. Because like I said earlier, this is a silent killer.
Yeah.
People battle with it from within.
Every day.
And it has gotten to the point that most people in my generation think social media is all there is. I mean, people pick their mentors, they pick their role models from the social media. So it doesn't matter if they are feeding them with garbages or feeding them with rich things, and we are what we eat. So who you are is as a result and effect of what you constantly take in. So, but you need to understand that you cannot overemphasize the place of verbal communication with people. You must have trusted friends you can talk to, family members. Many are far away from their family. You should be able to talk to your family. You should be able to, if you have a pastor or you have an imam, or even you are a traditional worshiper, you should have somebody that is more like a point of authority over your life that you can talk to. That is number one. Number two, and we also take it from a standpoint of people going for a therapeutic session. Some believes that medical or psychological doctors are anti-religion, and naturally that is not it. These things, I believe, they are extensions of the message of God. So if you have a therapist or you have a doctor that can advise you, talk to you, help you, deal with this thing, it can help. And also, I will also talk about the place of people finding purpose. You see, yes, finding purpose. Many because they are too idle. Because I believe when you know why you are here on earth, those thoughts would not want to overtake you. It won't. So when you get yourself busy, your mind is so busy working, thinking about what next to do. You don't really have a space or a chance to have all of these thoughts to creep in. Yeah, so you must find purpose, find something doing. Even if you do not have anything doing, maybe you've not discovered your purpose yet, you are in church, join workforce, just keep working, start doing something. So as you keep yourself busy day by day, you begin to have your mind refreshed of all of those things. And the first thing I will talk about is that people should educate their mind. Yeah, this is very important. It's because, you see, the mindset of people, most people don't understand what it means to love yourself. Most people don't understand what to do with money. So you run into loss, all of those things, or you run into scam. What rules of money do you know? What financial rules do you know? Because most people believe that all there is about education is academic education. We have about 5 different types of education. There is a personal education, there is a financial education, there is the marketplace education, and there is the spiritual education. Most people stay only with the academics education, not thinking about the rest. So you must listen to tapes, listen to teachings, you must be able to read books, educate your mind, because when the mind becomes green enough, garbages cannot be found in it. Yes.
Oh, educate your mind. What a powerful one. Let's go on our word of mouth. When we return, the conversation is still very much here. We are keeping it hot here in the studio. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Was our word of mouth. Yes, it takes courage to kill. Like, it takes courage. Even this thing, you need strength, you need energy. Come on, pick up that life. What are those thoughts doing in your mind? Shake them off. Life is beautiful. We have been discussing overcoming suicidal thoughts. If you're just joining us, you missed the first part, but don't worry, you can go back to our Facebook page and our YouTube to watch from the beginning. And our guest, Olua Testimony, is still here in the building.
Okay, so Oluwatosin, like I said, I was going to shake the table a little bit. Now, let's look at, because our Friday is more sensitive, though we're relaxed, but we're not like, want to be as simple as, because when you are relating with the young ones, you don't make lies. They will tell you, it's not that. Calm down, take it easy. Now, the table I want to shake is this. Now, you're talking about those things, people, you mentioned some of the nuggets of how one can overcome suicidal thoughts, engaging with people, doing church activities, trying to make sure you have people around you. Now, in the process of having people around you, sometimes you find yourself in the corners or the gathering of your like minds who are just living their life because you just wanted to. Because we need to ally people. If we don't, there's always multitude in the church. How much more in the general, society at large? Now, you want to overcome this suicidal that's been coming to your mind. Now, you see group, guys, people don't share what's happening here. Okay, this is how we run. Almost sit down now, take one bottle, let's talk. And before you find out what is happening, you are in the wrong setup. Mixed up wrong set of people who can actually help your situation at that time.
Yes.
In the process of having that suicidal thoughts, you are also being dragged into some doing that difficult. It will show you the way. Are you ready? What's happening to you? Forget that one now. But before you die now, we have seen, I saw a video of a young man, tall, handsome looking, but he has tattoo all over his body, social media. And he was saying, I'll live my life the best way I can. Please, I have some few days to go. And I was like, hey, when I'm saying I'm still enjoying life. And
Yeah.
someone is mandating his life to be anytime from now is going to go. He was sitting down, relaxed, white,
Yes.
on the singlet, and he was just talking. And I was like, this guy is not crippled. Only God knows what he must have committed himself into to come out to the social. So that when he finally goes, you don't need to mourn. He said, you don't need to mourn about me. You don't need to do anything. Now, someone who is looking at suicidal thought, how many corn your chicken will chop? So that you do your Yahoo or do your planning. You have different ways of making ritual money. Yes. So how can one identify the set of people one needs to actually click with, sit down with? Because that suicide thought is coming, but you need people around you. Because that's the advice they always counsel them, even with a therapist. You need to sit in the midst of people. Some people, if you go and sit somewhere, shopping mall, when we say, see this one, they spend money. This one is carrying electronics.
Oppression and
you're looking at
violence.
their age. Are you not adding more to my problem? And they say I should come to where people are. So we need to be intentional and, be definite about where exactly and what exactly. Yeah, they know there's church, but it's not every day you start going to church. You understand? What and what who should I sit down with? Because even Bible says you should know, behold, I've never known for the best to dwell together in unity. Yes. So who? People like Joy, people like Calista, people like Sade, people that will not say, this life don't tire me. What? Who?
Okay, so this question is a bit deep.
That's why I said I'm going to shake the table.
But I'm just going to take it gradually, but I'm going to be fast because of our time.
Yes.
Okay, so I remember that year when I first got to Lagos. And apparently I found myself at the big part of the Lagos State, island. And at times when I'm trekking along the way, I see some of my age mates, those who are not up to me, riding a car.
Nice
you can imagine.
So I like big pass we.
I tell you.
Telling me I is bigger than the ketchup. Okay.
Now that time you could just look up to heaven and be like,
Baba God,
if you don't bless me.
You did there. Baba God, you did there.
Frustration will just shroud your heart. You'll be like, what am I even doing? Look at people who are not even up to me. So, along the line, I now begin to see that I think some of us were battling with low self-esteem, actually. Yeah, with a battle with them. Now, not just they loud. Now,
how?
People, I believe that there are about 3 different factors that makes up the life of a man. We have the parental factor, we have the environmental factor, and we have the self factor. So most times the parents have done damages in the life of people by abusing them when they were young, or making them to speaking negative words, all of those things, telling a child that you can never be better, this person is better than you. At a point in time, those mindsets you are creating the life of that particular child will begin to shape the life of the child. Yeah. And at times you can meet yourself in an environment that is not helpful, the environment that are toxic, or maybe anti-religion. Maybe you meet yourself so I don't want to mention any part of it, just to be respect, just to respect. But then, before I came to the guy, they say, Mushina, if you reach Mushin, you go down, all this way you don't want to, you go down. So, and when I got to Lagos, funny enough, I met myself at some part of that, and I know the thing doesn't jam me at all. So I now believe that, okay, I think parental factor already had effect in me before environment will now put its own. And I believe the part of the self-will factor, you can retrain yourself. So irrespective of what the environment is bringing or what exactly, you can choose to be who you are. So that's why I talked about earlier that you need to feed your mind, because it's at the point of you feeding your mind that you get to understand who you are and the kind of people you have to work with. So, and I talked about purpose earlier, that if you, I speak pidgin now, if you know sabi your purpose, you not go know why you dey on it. And if you don't know why you dey on it, you not go know the kind of people where you go move with. So as I did now, I dey tell people say I love myself. Ah, no.
I love myself. Oh, I love myself
Hey.
past joy self.
Things will go happen to me go make me think, say, now suicide, it go far.
Oh my Jimmy.
At times I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror and be like, testimony. You are not alone. You are loved.
Yeah.
You are a solution to this world.
You always speak to your mirror. You said, I told you it's good to speak to your mirror.
I talk to myself and I be like, in your survivor is someone else's reviver. I talk to myself like that.
I love that. Someone else reviver.
Yeah, so because I'm not saying all of those things to make myself feel good, but I'm reshaping my mindset to look like who God has made me to be.
And you're also feeling good, though.
I'm feeling, yes, I'm feeling, at times,
you're not saying it does. What I understand what you're trying. You're saying it doesn't make you look proud, but you're just trying.
Right? Yes. I just make that thing so that I can be at rest, so my mind can know that tomorrow the future is bright. Yes. So because of the understanding of who I am, I choose my friends right. So even if I'm battling with anything, environment doesn't affect me to make the wrong choice.
The wrong choice.
And because I have already trained myself to know the kind of person, so I know the people to run with. So as touching your question, I believe that people who are battling with this thing, when you've done due diligence in understanding who you are, and you've known the kind of person you want to be in the future, it will help you to choose the right people.
What a powerful one. It will help you to make the right choices. Now, you see, sometimes, like the guy that took his own life because of girlfriend. What have you seen in life that would push you to that extent of, I'm done? I will talk from a personal experience. I've been there. See, sometimes when you hear somebody say, oh, this person dropped a suicidal note. There was a time a banker went to the bank. She was working in the bank. We heard that story. And then she just dropped the note and, she killed herself right inside the banking hall. You look at life comes in that this thing is worthless. I have nothing to live for. So why, even when you see words of affirmation are good though. You see, even when they've told you, even when you've spoken to yourself over and over and over again. There was a time Mama just made a statement. She said, the watchman should also be watched. Yes. The watchman, that thing synced very well to me. The watchman should always be watched. There was a book I read, it said the deliverer, when the deliverer needs deliverance. There are times you get to that point in life that even to talk to somebody, and some of these situations that actually lead people into suicidal thought are deeper than the way we see it. Right. It might be something that you say, if I talk to this person, how would they look at me? Because we live in a judgmental world.
Right. Sure. It's
very few people that will look at you, not judge you, not condemn you, and say, fine, the deed has been done. How do we navigate out of it? Because the world we live in, and even when you go on social media, everybody would lambast you, everybody now claims the sense. With all these things, how can we deal with suicidal thoughts? I started learning how to love myself. Because you say something about low self-esteem. That's what we are talking about. It's when you talk about low self-esteem, a lot of youth are bad. No matter you say, oh, stand up, rise up, be this, be that, be that. It is when you're together with that person, once suicidal thoughts come in your inner place, when you're alone. When you're alone, that is when everything starts coming back. The man forget what he's just saying. He's just saying just to motivate me. How can in that loneliness, in that lonely state, get that person out of that? What is that thing that will make that person in that lonely state say, I can't do this? What is that?
Okay, so thank you for this question. Anyways, something that is very deep. Yes, but let's break it down. Let's break it down. So I believe at first that it cannot get too tough beyond what hand can handle. I'm trying to translate Yoruba adage into what's up? Can I speak?
No, okay, yes, go ahead. Why not?
I'm a proud Yoruba man.
Proud Yoruba man. Go ahead.
What's up? Baba ju abẹ̀bẹ̀ sókè, ibi pẹlẹbẹ ló máa fi lélẹ̀. Ní gbangba, exactly. So, and okay, you don't understand.
No, go on.
I understand.
Go on.
If you throw the hand fan up, into on 200 times, it will always land on one piece. Just like you are throwing a
That's
coin.
true. That's true.
It will always come
Thank
down
you.
on one place.
So, the thing is that I'm not a motivational speaker. So most of the things I'm saying from a practical example of what I've faced and what I've also actually observed from people. So, I have a brother, and maybe listening to me now. He doesn't love staying alone. And when you stay alone for too long, you see, you just start calling the people you can stay with. So at a point, I had issue with it, and I'll be like, me, I can stay for 1 week. I can lock myself inside without anybody, without checking up on anybody. It's just my life. But he is the direct opposite of myself. So later, I now understood that, oh, I think many persons are just like that. Some, they're like that, and some are trying to check their thought life so that they don't resort. So when you find yourself alone and all of these things start coming, all of thoughts start coming, there are practical things you can, practical steps you can take. Number one is, please find your trigger, because there are things that trigger those thoughts. There are things you see before you start having those thoughts, those mindsets. Sure. So when you know what triggers all of those thoughts, you need to start staying away from them.
Social media.
Exactly.
Oppressors of the poor.
You see now. So oppression on social media, you just scroll. I used to tell people, and stop pride. And it's not because I'm speaking to the global world. I'm saying this because that is who I am. You cannot intimidate me with anything. You carry gadgets, if you carry iPhone 20 that they've not done, unless I want to. And that's just the life I've chosen to live. So when you are always scrolling through social media, you're on IG, you're on X, you're on Facebook, and you begin to see things that, makes you look as if your life is going upside down. That thing can trigger that thought. So if that thing is what triggers you, you need to please minimize it or reduce it at that time. And number two, I believe that you need to also learn to speak up. Because one of the things that kills the thought of a man is the speaking of a man. So the more you speak, the less you think. Okay. I don't know. Let me just bring the way people will understand. As I'm talking now, all right, the only thing that is working is my brain. Yeah, so, and my brain is only trying to process what I will say next. You understand? So now I cannot begin to think that, oh, look at how beautiful this place is. Why can't I? No, it's because I'm focused on what I'm saying now. So people, when you get yourself busy, when you get your mouth busy, it will keep your mind, or what will keep your thought, your negative thought, out of place. You can't begin to exactly. So distraction is one of the things that, so when you have that kind of thoughts, when you are beginning to have that kind of thoughts, always learn to speak. Just, you can decide to call somebody, just to talk on phone, or just do something. And number three, the last one I will say is that, please, at that time, if you find yourself alone, and you feel that those thoughts are coming, try to excuse yourself. Try to excuse yourself from that loneliness so you can take a walk. That's why they advise, if you go for a therapeutic section now, they will advise you to please learn to take a walk. It's above the exercise part of it, also helps you to refresh your brain. Yeah, so you can choose to do, life, you can appreciate life and all of these things, but try to take a walk. And so I've talked about you finding your trigger and staying away from it. I've talked about you learning to speak. And number three, learn to leave the place of isolation often when you start having that thought.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So what a conversation time with you this morning. Thank you. Thank you. That's how you see him quiet, but when he starts now,
I'm sure if he give you the whole of today, you will not stop.
He has a lot to talk about.
It's been a privilege and an honor to have you. And I love the fact that as a youth, you've been able to relay this message in such a way that you're not just speaking it, you're also sharing your experience of life. And it goes a long way. I want to believe you learn one or two things. He said, for me, when I feel down, that's why you see me dress well. Hey, I will put all the garnish. You know, when you want to prepare a meal and there's no food in the house, the man will always say, how did you, this is one of your best meal. Whenever I feel I don't have much on me, or there is not. I'm telling you mine now. That's when you see me. Oh no, 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 no. In short, stop my laying back on me. You will not know that I don't get thinkable for pockets. Because that's the only way I can renew my mind, refresh myself, and reload my thinking. That it's just a while before the end of the day, something must work enter my account. That doesn't mean I'm going to do ritual. I'm going to do anything out of place. But something will surely come. Maybe a job, opportunity, or gift, or anything can come in. So let's always prepare our mind. Listen to good songs. Hey, see, when you are doing your makeup in the morning, I told Joy, just put on that song. Eh? The inspiration, by the time you finish the makeup, you'll be looking at yourself, you'll be marveling. But you marvel, say, this one, now me do am. So it's good for us when things seem to be down, when it seems nothing is working. We always find something to motivate us. That's the best time. Yes, everybody. See, one time or the other, there was a time I always think, it seems I'm going naked on the road. That doesn't mean I was dressing anyhow. But it just comes. That's why we said it's a spirit. And we're talking about it. It's not about to understand the spirit. But there's always a spiritual force that will always want to push some things into your mind. But if you don't understand the things of the spirit, how do we now present it to you? Go and learn the things of the spirit. Get closer to your creator. You did not fall from the ground. Your parents brought you to this world as a young person. You don't need to commit suicide. Please, we are begging you. If that thought keep coming, you can always call numbers like 767 or 112. You have some other numbers you can call. There are toll-free lines. People will be there to counsel you, to get through all the process. It goes a long way. It saves you. Call one of your friends that you know has this fire. That when he or she speaks, it will bump out something inside of you. And you're just like, this life is no one go now. Please, it's very important. We love you. You're the futures of tomorrow. You have a great future ahead of you. Do it well, and all will be well with you. So, to all our youth, we love you. Thank God it's still Friday. My name is Olori Adejoke Adebi David. A big shout out to our darling friend and brother, Sunday. Sunday Ogedengbe.
Real Sunday.
Happy birthday to you as you have another year tomorrow. It's our eagle eye here in the studio. Wishing very, very, very more fulfilling your age. So, see you next week.
Okay, before I let you go, I have a birthday shout out from James Crush Comedy. He was here some time ago to grace our occasion. Tomorrow is his birthday, and he just said I should wish him happy birthday.
Happy
this is from Family and Values. Thank you for always giving us youthful guests. We see all the youthful guests and James Crush always say, have somebody that can speak on this. Thank you. Happy birthday to you.
Do you mind if I mention some of our comments on Facebook?
Yes,
your
please,
children with
please,
good words
and
build their self-esteem. Parents, build your children's self-esteem. Help them, counsel them. We talked about this earlier in the week. It goes a long way. And next week we'll be continuing something about self-expression also. Then you don't bring dull diligence. Okay, don't bring dull diligence, to whatever you are doing. Someone is talking about dull diligence. Okay, be alive with purpose, because purpose keeps you going. These are comments on our Facebook page. Instead of thinking of committing suicide, I will start picking beans. Crush comedy.
Wow.
Crush comedy. So,
and tomorrow is his birthday. By the time you finish.
So crush comedy. Thank you.
Thank you.
So when you start picking beans, you'll not remember. Also, someone is saying, well done to you. We love you too, Mama Jenny. Thank you, comedy. Then we have Testy Pra, Julius, Timitokwe Simon. So all of you on our social media page right now, we appreciate God's grace over it. Tell me, Adekunle, okay. So those are the people.
Thank you. Truly, you've been coming to go and pick beats. Crush comedy. Tomorrow is his birthday. Please, you owe me a drink. Happy birthday to
only you. Why are you always so selfish? You owe us in
Oh,
value and our
I know where I'll catch you. I'll bring your drink. I know where me I'll catch you. I'll bring your drink. Don't worry.
Some people
I'll
make us show.
I'll bring.
And our supervising officer and our HOP, everybody.
Comedy Crush. Hope you're listening to that.
Listen, I trust
All
you.
right, thank you very much for being a part of this week production. To our head of God, we bless you. We say thank you to Mr. Taslim, our producing officer. We appreciate you. To our head of programs, to everyone, to the crew, the cameraman, to MCR, everyone, Dari, Kalista. We love you, the Earth Station. Thank you for making this week production a very successful one. Let's go again next week with another hot topics and Lori taking us on this ride. Stay blessed. It's a Friday and I'm excited because I draw my curtains now. I'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.